As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elsmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line. Hello and welcome to episode 77 of Running the Red Line. I am your host Brett and I am joined as always by Andy.
You scared the life out of me then because I wasn't concentrating. I just heard this big hello. Sorry about that, mate. I'm awake now.
No worries.
I'm focused.
How are you doing this week?
Yeah, not too bad. We've got a bit of a poorly dog, bit of a poorly pooch.
Yeah.
So sorry to everyone that was expecting a podcast from us on Saturday night. But I don't know if I'll get any sympathy at all from anyone. But if you've got a dog or a pet or a cat, then you'll know the worry that you have when there's something wrong with them. But you just don't know what it is.
It's your baby, isn't it? It's one of your children.
Well, come on, it's Daisy. Everyone knows Daisy. Everyone loves Daisy. And she's normally this hyperactive bundle of chaos. And then when she won't eat, won't sleep, won't go to the toilet, and she's just so different to how we normally know. We think something must seriously be wrong here. And then we thought, okay, we'll just leave it a day. Left it a day, and she got even weirder the day after. So we took her to the vets, and it turns out that she's got an infection in her backside, which is not very glamorous thing to have to happen to anybody. But she is making a bit of a recovery at the moment.
Good.
And she's much better. But the problem was yesterday, Laura was at work, and I was tasked with the challenge of making sure that she didn't lick herself another infection. Mm-hmm. And It was I wish I'd have employed G4S. I wish I'd have had proper security involved, because I just couldn't watch her. The amount of times I had to keep intercepting her and keep blocking her. It was I wouldn't have been able to do the podcast. So apologies to everyone, and apologies to you, Brett, and thank you for being so flexible. And we're doing a Sunday podcast. So Here we are.
Yeah, so hopefully this will be out Sunday night. But a day late, but
I hear you were in the pain cave. Well, you're in the pain cave today because of an activity you did yesterday.
Yeah, a little bit sore today. I was a bit silly. I shouldn't have tried to do things so early, because it's now just over 2 weeks now. So yesterday it was 2 weeks since I'd had my surgery. So I was like, right, 2 weeks over, I can start doing a few more things now. They said I can start walking after 2 weeks, so I can start building up more energy and stuff. So I thought, well, I haven't done it for the past at least 2 years. So why not wash my car? Because it looked terrible, and I've been meaning to do it for ages, but I just haven't been able to find time. So I was like, right, got home from Parkrun. I thought, I'll get everything ready. I'll wash my car, and I must have spent 4 hours washing it, because it was so dirty, getting into all the nooks and crannies and getting all the tar spots and all the rubbish that had been basically baked into the paintwork by the sun. Yeah, it took me a long time.
But does it look beautiful now?
I'm
sure it does.
Well, it looks clean, but because it's an old red car, the paintwork's all faded, so it now just looks like a slightly whitey red colour with a few scrape marks across it and stuff.
I thought you were going to say it doesn't look any different.
No, it needs polishing. It basically looks like a clean version of what it did, but it still looks faded and a bit pink.
Yeah.
But that's old Selly paint on old cars for you.
Is that what happens to paintwork over time, especially when it was this color?
Yeah.
Was it like a burgundy, like a deep red?
Well, it's not quite burgundy. It's a bit more of a bright red.
Okay.
I think I'm not 100% sure because it's a Mark II, but on the Mark 1s it was called Mars Red, so it's got quite a bright red, and
it's a pretty cool colorway.
Yeah,
Mars Red.
Do you know what's really weird is when I was younger, I always said I don't like red cars. I'm not a fan of red cars. Even though red is my favorite color, which is weird. I just didn't like red cars when I was younger. I now own 2.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a red car and I do quite enjoy it. But one thing that is constantly a problem for me is because of my job. I have to go around photographing properties for sale. I'm always, because I'm normally in marathon training, the last thing I want to do is park half a mile away and walk to and from the property. So I normally just park outside. Every time I'm taking the picture or the picture of the view from the front bedroom, you can just see my car and it's bright scarlet red and it's such a focus puller. So I what I have to do is I have to like draw a little shape over it on the edit and make it and basically take all the saturation out of it and make it like a dull color.
Why don't you just Photoshop it out?
I could. You'd think I could be bothered, but I just can't. Because I just think, well, that if I do that, then I've got to do all the other cars down the street.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. If there's lots of cars in the photo, then yeah, it's fine.
Oh well, yeah. But
if there was just one car there, I'd have to Photoshop it. I couldn't be able to leave that there.
Sometimes I leave it in out of principle, just to see how many, like a Where's Wally sort of thing. How many times when I walk past my estate agent's shop window can I see my car in the listings? So yeah, I'm probably not selling myself as a hard-working member of staff here. But
you need to make it like one of those magic eye paintings. So when you stare at it in the right way, your car pops out and becomes 3D.
That won't take long. Yeah, but it is quite funny having a red car. So that's one thing I wanted to say. I was going to say the next car I want to get a grey car, but we've got our van. We went and picked it up.
I was going to say yes, amazing.
Oh, it's just so cool. It's automatic as well, and it's just so much fun being so lazy and driving an automatic. I feel like an American.
I
feels amazing.
Automatics. I hate
really.
Automatics. Yeah.
When was the last time you drove one?
A few years back, but I enjoy driving and I like the actual being in control of the vehicle and me choosing what gear to be in rather than it telling you what you're going to do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I enjoy, as I'm not coming across like a hard worker at all. I enjoy being really lazy. So I just like doing as little work as possible. And having my left leg just chilled out on its own, just nice and relaxed, while my right leg can do a little bit of work. And you don't even need a left hand either. You don't need the whole left side of your body. You could probably have a stroke in an automatic car. And you might be okay. That's probably a bad thing to say. That definitely is a bad thing to say. I can't believe I said that. But hopefully it'll be on the left side if you ever did. You could safely pull over. And the good thing about that is if it is on the left side, my indicators are actually on the right-hand side. So I could pull over safely and use my voice-activated phone and make a phone call for help. Anyway, how did we start talking about this? Okay, sorry. How did we talk about having a stroke? But the van is really, really good. It's really nice. We haven't actually fully got out in it yet. Quickly moving on. Quickly changing the subject. I mean, that's one of the worst things I've ever said. Oh my gosh. Oh no! Oh, your stitches! Oh, I forgot about your stitches. You can't laugh. Me nan on the bog. Me nan on the bog. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
are you injured? Is there?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Oh man. Oh. Oh, I haven't laughed that hard for a long time, man. My eyes are streaming.
Yeah.
Oh, where were we? Anyway, man.
Oh, sorry.
So you've got your van.
Yes.
So when do the adventures start?
We haven't actually planned anything yet, so we have to just wait and see when we've got enough time to go somewhere. But, yeah, hopefully in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Have you planned anything? Where
We
you want to go?
We've started to plan my 40th party, my 40th birthday getaway, which is going to be like a road trip around France, and we've started to book a few campsites around.
Well, that's not far away, is it?
No, it's going to be the end of September to the beginning of October, so not a very long holiday. No, it's going to go. We're going to go from about the 7th, and come back about the 13th. So I'm going to have just over 2 weeks.
Nice.
And just mega excited. So yeah, getting the campsites booked, and French campsites are way cheaper than British campsites.
Oh yeah,
they're like, and they're
British
campsites
are crazy,
and they're so much better in comparison. Like they've got swimming pools, they've got full entertainment teams, they've got like outdoor cinemas. Some of them, they look like so good. And then British ones are just like a field around a fishing lake or something like that.
Well,
and they're twice the price.
Depends which one you go to. Yeah, the ones that surprise me are the ones that are really basic and is just a parking spot for you to camp up for the night, and they're still stupidly expensive. It's not cheap just to go and park up somewhere. Yeah,
well, we're using this website at the moment, which is a British website. That's what I think it is, called pitchup.com or .co.uk, and it's obviously it's great for campsites. It's also got some international campsites on there, but we're kind of, for some of the places we're looking in, especially the south of France, we can't really find a lot of choice. So if anyone knows, anyone out there knows of any good websites to use, any trusty websites or comparison sites to like find different listings of sites, that'd be very well appreciated, because I can't really find any. I keep finding this one called Euro Campings, and it's putting me off straight away because it's called Euro Campings. So that's the next best one I can find. But yeah, if anyone knows of any good sites, websites or campsites, let us know. But yeah, what we're going to try and do is kind of like go around the periphery of France, and then up through via where my sister Louise lives, which is called Metz, and then home. So yeah, we're going to go like across to Brittany, and then down to like Bordeaux. Apparently the Dordogne is around there somewhere, which apparently is really nice. And then down to like the Pyrenees, so we can see a bit of the mountains. And then if we can, we'll get to like the south of France, which is a bit like, that Nice and Cannes and Monte Carlo maybe. I'm really tempted to see if we can get, do a loop of the actual circuit of the F1 track, because I think it's a normal road, isn't it? The F1 circuit.
Yeah.
So that'd be quite cool, going underneath the big tunnel and the hairpin turn up the hill. So yeah, maybe we'll get as far as that, but hoping to get it done in about 2.5 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is it all finished and kitted up and everything ready to go camping? You just got to put your stuff in there and go away, or is there still stuff to do?
It's a basic conversion, so it's got a sink at the back with just a basic wastewater and you can have a cold feed, and then you just stick a 5-litre empty bottle, so that's your wastewater. And then we've got a gas hob and a cool box that they've thrown in for us, which was nice. Which is electric, by the way. I didn't even know you could get plug-in cool boxes.
Yeah.
Which is, so that obviously will turn into a nice little fridge when we're on site.
Have you got a leisure battery in there? And
no.
Stuff?
No. So this is all new to us. We don't really know a hell of a lot about the van life, really. So no, we don't know much about actually getting on site and then what to do and all that sort of stuff. But we think we found an awning.
Oh, okay, nice.
Fancy getting, but that's not obviously that's not attached. But sorry, go on.
So it's got an electrical hookup as well, so you can plug into the campsites and stuff.
Yes, cool. It has, yeah.
Because obviously, like, your leisure battery is for your power when you can't plug in at the campsites. Yeah. So you have a separate battery from the battery on your engine, which you run all your electrical goods off.
And is that normally above? That's normally in the back somewhere in a cupboard.
Yeah. Or it'll be underneath one of the seats or something.
Okay,
normally they plug them in, because then your alternator on your engine, when it's running, will recharge the leisure battery.
Oh, so it is all connected. Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, cool. Well, if we've got one of them, that would be good, because I didn't realize quite how much power we will need touring around, because obviously we've got phones, we've got cameras, we've got drones, we've got loads of things that will need powering up on a daily basis. So we will need power banks, etc.
If you haven't got if you have got a leisure battery and it's all been fitted, you might have one already, but you'll need a converter that goes from 12 volt to power all of your normal 3-pin plugs.
Right. Well, Well, I'll have to see if we've got one of them. I'm not sure if we do. I haven't seen it if we have, but yeah. So apart from that, it's got it's not a rock and roll bed. It's a slat. It's a slat that we have to arrange, and then the mattress is folded. The only thing I don't really like, just from a kind of clutter point of view, is that the mattress is always on display. That's folded in like a Z shape, which is just behind the driver and passenger. That's on top of the storage trunk, if you know what I mean.
So it isn't part of your like seat cushioning or anything. The mattress.
No, it's not a rock and roll bed or anything. It is separate, but we've done that deliberately because if we had a rock and roll bed, that means we would have compromised on length of the mattress that we could have. So we decided to have the kitchen in the back. We've kept the rear 2 seats because we always travel with Daisy, so she'll go on one of those seats, and we can actually take them out if we want to at a later date.
Cool.
So that's quite good. The only thing I would really like to do is I would really like revolving passenger and front seats.
Yeah, like captain seats. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really cool, but we haven't. But again, we could look at doing that in the future.
Yeah. So is it a walkthrough? So can you get from the front into the back?
Yes. Yeah, it's not section. It's not a cab, if you know what I mean. It's not sectioned off in the front.
Yeah. Cool.
But what I really like about it is it's like there's tinted windows, so the whole van, even in sunshine, when you've got the aircon, it feels really quite cool in the van, because you haven't really got that, like, that glassy warmth that you normally feel, that stifling warmth coming through the glass. So that seems to make a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because what is it? Is it a Toyota?
yes.
Yeah. So you've got that Japanese look to it.
Yeah, it's quite. Well, it looks like an Uber. It looks like it is a people carrier, which apparently is great because I think we can go down the tip and not be called a van, so not have to pay what is it, 95 quid or whatever it is, to go and drop off a few bottles or something, or a bit of hedge. So apparently there's no problems there, and it's technically a car rather than a van.
Well, you know what you want to do then, don't you? Because it's got that Japanese people carrier look. You want to make it like a bososoku car. And
I don't know what that is.
I know you don't know what it is. I'm going to leave you to Google it and have a look. Not necessarily now. You can later, but it would be good if you Googled it now.
Bososoku.
So BOSO and then ZUKU. I think it is. I think. Or is it Zoku?
Motorbikes are coming up.
Yes, so there's motorbikes and there's cars and vans. I'm going to.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so some of them look like they've got dragons' tails coming off them.
Yeah. So BOSOSOKU. So bososoku.
That's pretty cool. I'm not sure what sort of response we'd have. I mean, it'd be pretty cool if I went to a campsite in that.
That's what I mean. Look at looks like something out of an anime, doesn't it?
That is so cool. Do you know Japanese culture is just the coolest, though?
There you go, dude. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, I've just seen that one. Looks like a cheese grater or something. Looks like an egg slicer.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I mean, look at that. There's a platform for you to stand on at the back and do all your cooking.
Look at that picture at the back as well. What is that picture? It's just
a lady's face.
It's just a lady's face. That's all it needs to be.
Whoa. Yeah. Look at that one as well.
Oh, that's mega.
But
ours doesn't quite look like that.
Yeah, the ones that are painted pastel colours and have just got massive wings and big, huge exhausts and things like that. Because that's one of the cool things about the cars is they make the exhaust. It's like they've made exhaust out of scaffold pole or something.
Oh wow!
Because they do that.
How would you reverse park in one of them?
And then some of them make crazy exhausts like that.
That's mega. Wow, that's pretty cool.
So, yeah, it's I love that style. I think it looks brilliant. Not that I'd ever do it myself, but I just think it looks so crazy.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to do most of that anyway on the British roads. You'd rip the
rip
all the stuff off as soon as you went over one pothole.
The potholes, the old bososoku wouldn't look so good when it's in the garage.
It's bad enough driving a normal lowered car, let alone with all of that extra fiberglass and stuff all over it.
But it is nice to finally have a van, and I'm looking forward to going to like a race and just having a little somewhere just to like change or hang out if it's bad weather or whatever. So I'm we haven't actually been anywhere in it yet, but it's good. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, you'll love it. Camping trips and just being able to jump in it and just go anywhere for the night and then come back. It's having that at your fingertips.
Don't know where I've been because I've just been on Decathlon and they've got do you recognise the brand name Quetcher with a Q?
Yeah.
I think that's Decathlon, isn't it?
Yeah.
They do everything from like paddle boards to everything, don't they? They do loads of stuff. Well, they've got an awning I've seen, which is about 500 quid, and there's no poles. How long has camping been poleless? It's all inflatables now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which I find bonkers. But you've just got a hand pump or something, and it's up in seconds, I think. Well, depending on how quickly you can do it. But yeah, it just goes straight up, and you can have like a privacy screen, or you can have the sides up. It looks like a really good little bit of kit. So you might pick one of them up before, because the good thing about that would be we'd have somewhere to actually sit, like a living room sort of thing, because we can't stand up in the van. So yeah, maybe we'll invest in a and that folds down into a bag, which is mad, which is crazy. It's like wizardry.
Yeah.
So yeah, might invest in an awning as well for the trip.
Nice.
But
Nice.
there's no park runs in France, are there? Or not many?
I don't know. I've never looked.
Well, I wonder if that's because of the
French hating us.
Ridiculous. Well, that as well. This is a response to a Brexit. You have no park runs. We take away the park run. But I wonder if it's because of the ridiculously hard legislation to actually do anything in France. And I say that with love, because my sister is basically French. She's lived there for nearly 15 years now. But even she says it's getting anything done in France is a nightmare. She wanted a little extension on her house and had to go round to the mayor's house, sit down, have a cup of tea. And literally, yeah, it was so dodgy. Like, you have to, anything in France takes so much longer than it does in England. And instead of planning permission, just getting approved or signed off or whatever, she literally had to go around to the mayor's house, or they had to come over, and she had to basically wine and dine the mayor. Anyway, and the French, when you do a race in France, especially when you're British, you have to have this doctor's note. Because I remember this when I did a race, when I did one before, when I went over to Silesia, and you have to get something from your doctor that basically is fit to fly. You're fit to
race.
Yeah, it's not really worth the paper it's written on, but some GP practices will charge you for that. Yeah. Luckily, our doctor didn't. All it was, I printed it off the internet, because I was like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. And I said to the receptionist, doctor receptionists at the best of times are not the best people to engage in conversation with. So I was like, I'll just try and be nice as pie, and asking them to go out of their way to do something is not always the easiest task. But to their credit, 4 weeks later, I got a phone call, and they said, yeah, Mr. Maguire, your thing has been stamped and ready to collect. So if you do race in France, make sure you get that sorted long before you have to do it.
Is that only France, or do other European countries do it?
Well, I don't know, but I know definitely France. But I know lots of people do the Paris Marathon, and how they police 60,000 people.
Yeah.
But the one I had to do, you definitely had to get it approved by the race organisers. And it was leading up to it, it was a month to go. It was your thing still hasn't been approved. So even if you are French, I still think you have to show evidence that you are fit to race, whatever that means. It's basically them saying we don't want any liability if you drop down dead, I think. But yeah, so that was a bit of a nightmare. But maybe that's something to do with the reason why there's not many park runs in France. But on a similar note, one thing that's caught my eye this week, I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen some of the news coming out of the parkrun in Swansea?
Yes.
Swansea Bay Parkrun has been the centre of the parkrun news at the moment, because I've seen it on this little group I'm on Facebook, where the week before this, it was in the news because some people, I think, at the front of the parkrun were verbally abusing and swearing at park users for being in the way. That's what I assume.
Mm-hmm.
And then last week, someone got knocked, apparently, I don't know if this is truth, was knocked off their, I don't know if they were pushed or they just swerved to avoid someone, I don't know, but they fell off their bike and they weren't part of the parkrun, obviously, and they broke their arm. And if that's true, that's not on, really, is it?
No.
If that's how it sounds, someone has literally made someone have that level of an accident.
Yeah. The problem is, what is the real story? Is it that the cyclist got knocked off by a runner who wasn't really paying attention, or did it on purpose, or was the cyclist there to cause a nuisance and got their comeuppance?
Well, this is a thing, because I also saw in the same Facebook group there was a parkrun, I think, in London, and there's a regular lurker at this parkrun, but they think he might be homeless. They suspect he is, and I think he's got mental health problems. And he, quote unquote, jumps out from behind a tree to surprise people. And he takes the mickey out of the way people run. He abuses them. He shouts at them. He runs at you and jumps at you like that and purposely makes you run out of the way. I know you shouldn't laugh, but you have to see this guy hiding from behind a tree and jumping out at people. And it's normally the people towards the back of the parkrun who I really badly feel sorry for, because that could be enough to make you never want to come back to parkrun.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about running in a park.
Yeah, you can't stop him from being there. Yeah.
No.
He's got more than his right to be there.
But I think he does it every week, and I don't know if he does it to be a nuisance, or I don't know. But
this Swansea one, though, with the bike and the rider breaking their arm. The reason I'm not sure what to believe is Ara Valley. There are lots of weeks where people purposely come down to the park at 9 o'clock in the morning and either walk or cycle the opposite direction to what the runners are going. And they do it on purpose. They come down at that particular time to more or less make a statement of, why are you all using the park? Why is there such a rabble of runners running around every Saturday morning? Rather than thinking it's a good thing, they don't like it and they're very angry about it. So, and there's been complaints by these people saying, well, I was just going for a walk around the thing and loads of people were giving me abuse and blah, 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 blah. And it wasn't. It was people saying, could you move out the way, please? Because there's 500 runners behind me.
It is keep right, please, abuse.
Yeah.
Or, it is one person's account of abuse. I mean, this is going down a very dangerous road, but is their account of what actually happened the truth?
Yeah.
Or is it them feeling marginalized?
Exaggerated from their point of view, yeah.
Yeah. But there are hundreds and probably thousands of people that would feel better off if there was no parkrun every Saturday morning around their local, I don't know, dog walk. But but it is a thing, though, isn't it? It is a thing that everyone has to accept, and it's not going anywhere. If anything, it's getting bigger because there's so many parkruns cropping up all over the country now.
And see, one of the problems probably for Swansea as well is because parkrun's grown so big, they probably get twice as many people as they used to. So now small little paths that used to be okay for the amount they had have got twice as many people on them. And that might be causing issues as well.
Well, yeah, if you think about Warsaw, for example, that was unofficially changed to maybe slow the course down a bit, which it has, to maybe stop people coming from all over the world to run a 5K PB. Because there's an unwritten thing, funnily enough, at Worcester at the club, where everybody has got their 5K PB at Walsall Arboretum. Whenever you ask someone, where did you run your 18:10, or where did you run your this or that, the other, whatever time, and then you go, was it at Walsall? Yep. So, and obviously that was done before 3 months ago. But like, I wonder how many people have got a Walsall Arboretum from maybe our neck of the woods at that course, because it was notoriously fast. And notoriously fast courses attract a certain type of runner, a focused individual that wants the PB. And those kind of runners can be problematic for members of the public who are maybe not wanting them there. Let's just say that. So I wonder if the same thing has happened at Walsall. There's been complaints made. So therefore they've had to change a few things. But Swansea is the same. I'm pretty sure that Swansea is a really fast course. And I know Cheltenham has had problems as well. That's Cheltenham is a similar thing. It's in the middle of a really big park. It's a fast course.
This is the thing as well. The person on the bike at Swansea, have they been knocked off by somebody up the front or somebody in the middle of the pack? Because if it's somebody at the front, I can understand why that's going to happen. Because if you're cycling the opposite way around and they're going at full pelt at the front of a fast park run, it's not very easy to change direction when you're going full pelt. And if a bike suddenly appears in front of you, it's not very easy to go around them. So is it that, or is it because there's so many people in the middle, they're trying to cycle path on a narrower bit of road, and somebody, because they've got 20 people in front of them, haven't seen the bike and have accidentally knocked them? So how's it happened? Is it on purpose that they've knocked them off, or is it an accident, or who's to blame? Is it 50-50? I don't know.
Well, scrolling through the comments, someone made a really good point, and it's the core team that suffer every time, really. And because you think about the likes of Andy Goldsby, who's the run director at Arrow Valley, real good old people that give up their Saturday mornings to volunteer to make sure that you and I can have a 5K every Saturday. They're the people that probably have to deal with this stuff every Saturday morning. And it's, for some Saturdays, probably more than they'd like to admit. Every park run up and down the country, land, the world, they're probably having more problems now, and there's probably more red tape, and there's more people moaning rather than having a good time than there used to be. So it must be so difficult for those volunteers. I mean, do you remember when I was chatting to you? You were volunteering, and someone at the end said, "Oh, I went the wrong way. I went straight into the middle of the sailing club." Because I was like, "Well, whose fault's that? Like, is that a volunteer's fault, or is that your fault for going the wrong way?" You can't come and complain.
But I suppose
all the time.
But I suppose at the same time, if you don't know the course and there's a straight on or a left, and there's no one telling you whether to go left or straight on, then
that's a fair point.
So
but I just feel really sorry, because people that, in fact, if anyone out there listening is a volunteer, especially a run director, can you please tell us by email or however you can contact us some of the funniest or most brilliant moans you've had? If anybody has moaned about something really insignificant, or because I would really like to know what goes on behind closed doors.
Well, I was marshalling again yesterday, and I got put on because the fair is still in on what's it called, Stitch Meadow at Arrow Valley. There's still the fair with all the rides there, so they've changed the finish, so it goes left rather than into Stitch Meadow on the right. And because of that, there's less room for people to move around. So it was even more important this week to send people after they'd finished through the car park rather than incoming like head on to the people who were coming into the finish. So I was on that corner, directing people into the car park. And I think Rona was just in front as well, doing the same. And a couple of people, they walked straight at me, looked directly into my eyes, and I looked at them and went, "Can we go through the car park, please?" And they just carried on staring at me and walked straight past me. And as they walked past, I went, "All right, no, okay, cheers." And they didn't even say anything, didn't acknowledge me. Like, pretended I wasn't even there because they wanted to go straight on. They weren't going left.
Yeah, I mean, being rude to volunteers deliberately is not on, really, is it? Like,
but yeah. I did find it funny. I was just stood there going, "No, okay, cool."
Was it Mom? Was it Mom? That's probably what it was. I bet it was Mom, but it was Tim. But yeah. But whilst we're on that subject, I wanted to mention someone who I don't know if you've seen my first video of my River 7, but someone I ran with early on in the run was called Neil Gamble. And he's got a YouTube channel and he's called A Up and Run because he's a Yorkshireman.
A up.
So of course he says A Up. And he has just released a video today. And what he does a park run. And then on his cool down, he tries to get every single volunteer on his video and sort of does a little selfie with them and says thanks. So I quite like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a funny old organization, isn't it? Because it's all free, and I don't know how you manage this whole thing. Like, being a run director must be so stressful because everyone's a volunteer. And like, I don't know if you saw or heard, Stephen from Film My Run a few weeks ago. He got moaned at because he did a park run.
Yeah, for not going to briefing. And it's like, hang on, I've been to this park run millions of times.
Yeah.
I might miss something about the course, but I'm sure I won't be at the front, which will then cause me issues.
And it's like, I've done this course 200 times. I'm in earshot of the briefing.
Yeah.
I might have a hearing aid on. I might have a supersonic sense of hearing. You don't know I can't hear it.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing. So you've got people who are not very polite to marshals and volunteers, which is terrible. That should never ever happen. But then you get the overzealous volunteers who have taken it as if it's their job and it is their life, and they will do everything to the letter. And if you're not listening, they will be very over the top. So
Sticklers
it goes both ways, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. But so that was. But speaking of parkrun, I was gutted because I wanted to go to parkrun yesterday, but because of looking after Daisy, I didn't make it. But it was good conditions by the looks of things yesterday. It's quite cool.
Yeah. It was nice.
Did you want to mention the Fogg dog?
I was going to go on to that next. Yeah. But yesterday morning was really nice. Actually nice conditions for running, and it was good being down there, seeing everybody running again, because I'd had 2 weeks off, hadn't I, from recovering. So nice to get back down there and see everyone again. And some very nice people came up and said hello over the morning, which was nice. I'm not sure of her name. I didn't manage to get her name, which is silly. But was a couple from Worcester who said they've done a few park runs with you as well. Was
it Rosie? Might have been Rosie and Jack.
I'm not sure.
Okay, go on. I think I might. All right.
But she came up and said, "How are you?" And I was like, getting there, thank you." And she was like, "I work for the NHS, so look, I'm going to tell you now. Be careful. Don't be silly." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm going to take it seriously." She was like,
"Definitely, Rosie.
Honestly, don't do too much." And she was lovely, but she was going for a PB, and I think she hit a PB yesterday. She was, I think her old PB was 23:11 or something like that, and she was trying to get as close to 23 as possible. So,
managed
to get a PB.
Her other half, because if it's the same person I think it is, she ran with me a little bit on day 4 of the river, and she was telling me that her other half is he's called Jack, and he's a pretty quick runner in about the 250ish, 240ish
nice.
area, and he has got. It's a bit like Ryan Giggs playing for Wales. He has got Luxembourgish heritage and has decided that he can now compete for Luxembourg. And he went to a Luxembourgish race or he's going to do a Luxembourgish race to see if he can podium for his country. So yeah, how cool is that? And I've just compared Wales to Luxembourg there for similar sporting prowess, which they're not, but they're how cool would that be? If, like,
I've just looked onto the results for Parkrun yesterday, and it is Rosie and Jack. And
good.
Not only, because I did say to her at the start, she said her PB was about 23:11. I went sub 23 then, and she went, "Oh, I don't know about that. I'm going to try and get as close to 23 as possible." When I saw her afterwards, she wasn't sure if she'd broken 23. They thought it was about there or whatever. She got a brand new PB of 22:58.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Great stuff, Rosie. Well done. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was good to meet you, Rosie and Jack. Sorry I didn't get your name, but I now know.
So you got it now.
Good. Yeah. She was telling me off and telling me not to be silly and really take it easy because But talking of Parkrun and Ara Valley Parkrun, last week we finished the pod and I said to you, I'm still not 100%, so I don't know if I can be bothered to go down to Parkrun because it's going to be a struggle to get down there and then standing around. I won't bother this week. So I had a bit of a lie-in and then wake up and see the results. And Adam Fogg had turned up, a GB athlete. So he's done a YouTube video of it as well. In case anybody wants to see it. But he turned up to
just give us a brief introduction of who he is, just in case anyone doesn't know.
So Adam Fogg, he's a British lad from Coventry. He was in Australia for a bit running. He also went to the NCAAs in America. So he was in the college system in America, and he's a professional athlete now for Under Armour. And he features quite a lot at the top of GB races, but he went to the World Indoors earlier this year in the 1500 meters. So yeah, he's run for Team GB in quite a few races and tournaments and competitions and things like that. So yeah, professional athlete, lives in America, but he was over for the British champs a couple of weeks ago. So obviously he'd been staying with family in Coventry, I guess. And then went on to ChatGPT to see what was the fastest park run close to him. And ChatGPT told him that Ara Valley was a flat and fast course. And obviously ChatGPT was lying to him.
Because for a track runner, Ara Valley is like the Himalayas.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, it didn't tell him about the long climb up on the first lap, and then there's the musical notes hill that you do 3 times, and then there's the little slope by the sailing club as well that you have to do twice. So it's not the flattest of courses. I wouldn't say it's a PB course, but anyway, he'd gone on to ChatGPT to find the fastest course because he wanted to try and attempt the Parkrun World Record. So the Parkrun World Record is Nick Griggs over in Northern Ireland, which is 13:44 is the Parkrun World Record.
Yeah.
So he was going for that, but I don't think Ara Valley is the course to do that. So he ended up running 14:05, which is still absolutely flying around around Ara Valley. So he's now broke the course record, which was, I think it was 1440 something by Adam Peacock. It used to be, but now obviously it's
Wow, I
Adam Fogg.
smashed it then.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. The only thing I will say about it is I'm not sure about having his dad pacing him on a bike at the front.
No one complained though, because he's a GB athlete.
Yeah, but at the same time,
he was like a snowplow though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was there to get people out of the way.
Yeah, but is that really a parkrun then? If you've got somebody doing that for you on a bike, it's a parkrun. Is there really supposed to be a pacer on a bike?
Yeah, doesn't count, Adam.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Didn't really consider that. Yeah, I'm sure one or two parkrun hardcore,
because he basically did.
That.
What was his name? Instagram guy who got
the New York guy.
Yeah, who did the marathon with the two bikes. Matt Choi, is it?
Yeah.
He's basically done that because the back of his dad's bike had a camera on the back, so it was filming him as well.
Yeah.
So he basically did a Matt Choi round our valley.
He did. I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah, I didn't even consider that. But have you seen his splits? Have you got them there?
I haven't, no.
Someone sent me his splits and they look absolutely disgraceful.
I know.
They are right. So forget.
I think he said on his video he wanted to run 245s, 245k.
Yeah. So that's the way his 5 kilometer splits look. So for don't know if you can read that. I mean, you probably can, but I think he went out at 245 and 246 or something like that.
Yeah. So 246, 245, 249, 249, 253. Yeah.
So he bonked.
Well, in that last K, he's got the sailing club hill and the musical notes hill in that.
And he's got to overtake his dad on the bike.
And you've got and you've got all the other runners away, and then you've got that real sharp left-hand turn, ain't you, into the finish?
Yeah. So. I wonder why ChatGPT didn't say Stratford was maybe a better fit for him.
Yeah, that would have been worse, wouldn't it, on the bike, Stratford?
Maybe that's why they didn't choose it, because he's obviously thinking, I want to film this, so maybe I need to choose a course that's as close to. He probably would have been better off at Worcester, wouldn't he, Pitchcroft?
Yeah.
But then again, because at the front of, not that I know how this feels, but you don't, because it's 1 3/4 laps. Pitchcroft is, you don't lap that many people compared to Arrow Valley or Stratford.
Well, Arrow Valley, you've only got half a lap of lapping people.
Yeah.
Because the second lap goes on the inside, doesn't it? So you don't actually meet people that you're overtaking until you get to the other side of the lake.
But what's your PB there? 17?
17:15.
So he's running it 3 minutes quicker.
Yeah.
He must be lapping 25 minuters. He must be lapping some really fast people.
When I saw that, I went onto the Arrow Valley Facebook page, and there was someone on there saying, I haven't been lapped at Arrow Valley Parkrun for years, but the lad at the front today passed me whilst I was by the totem pole, which I'm not sure if he did 2 full laps. Did he get the course correct? And then somebody went, "He's a GB athlete, mate."
Maybe that's
why. And then on the thing he went, "Oh yeah, okay, well," as if I questioned it, but so there were people not believing how fast he was going around there. But I think he beat second place by 2.5 minutes.
Did Adam Hill run that day?
Yeah, that too came second.
Yeah. I wonder if Ad was thinking, shall I go out with him and see if I can hang on? Because Adam, is he in the 15s for his PB?
Yeah,
he must
be.
Yeah. I wonder if he was thinking, oh, shall I?
or has he gone sub 15? I'm not sure. I think he might have gone sub 15, Ad.
Has he?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that must have been.
It's quick.
I'm sure you were massively gutted to miss out, but I'm sure lining up on the start line for those people who knew who he was, that must have felt quite thrilling to stand on the start line. But that's what makes this sport so good, man. You can stand on the same start line at a park run as pretty much an Olympian.
Yeah, I've raced Kipchoge.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And those people that did, the Paris, because you could do the Paris marathon course. Some people beat him because he didn't finish that one, did he?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's pretty epic, isn't it? But yeah, so that must have been quite amazing, because I remember seeing at Gloucester, what's the guy's name who's a good
Dr. Foster.
Dick Whittington. No, it was Mark Scott.
Oh yeah.
When he did the Gloucester half marathon for his prep for London.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing him coming into the finish, and I was like, this guy is like a gazelle. Like, how is he doing this, especially so late on into a run? And didn't you say Adam Fogg had already done like a warm up at like 17-minute pace?
Yeah, apparently he was doing warm up laps to check out the course, and people said he was going around in like doing a lap of the lake in like 7 minutes or something on his warm up, which
flipping hell
is mental. So but there we go.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool to have someone of notoriety.
Yeah,
but it's not even notoriety. It's someone who's just generally a good athlete.
Yeah. So the week I decide not to go, miss him coming down to try and attempt to break the world record. But there we go. Never mind.
Typical.
I know. But now here's a question for everybody. Question of the pod: does it count having the bike in front, pacing him? Does it count?
Yeah, we've had this thing before, but
see, Andy Butchart, when he broke it up in Scotland, was it Andy Butchart? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Andy Butchart, when he broke it just before Nick Griggs broke it. Andy Butchart, he cheated a little bit as well, because he had 5 mates to pace him, and each of them ran a K and then dropped out, and the next mate came in to pace him. So he had pacers who were dropping out every K. So he was a little bit cheaty, but at least they were running with him.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a bike.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on I'm going to say, yes, it does count, because it's only parkrun.
Yeah, he's still going to run the thing.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. It's just the fact that if Matt Choi gets disabled,
maybe not the right term.
If Matt Choi gets disqualified from races for having bikes filming him, should it count in a parkrun?
Yeah, it's a fair point, isn't it? Would he have run that fast if the bike wasn't there?
Yeah, possibly. Have you watched his video though? He does almost trip over a couple of people because they don't realise anybody's going to come past at that speed.
No. Well, why would you? So, but in hindsight, it might be a sensible move to have someone ahead of the lead runner saying, "Can you please keep right?"
Yeah.
So,
you have that in all races, don't you? You have a lead bike that's just in front of the lead runner.
Yep.
Yeah. So you do have that in races, but it's not normally there to pace you. It's just there to make sure that you're safe and nothing's in the way.
Yeah. So I think his reasons were twofold, or threefold if you include filming.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if his dad knows the pace as well on his watch. So I wonder if he knows, or is he just looking at his lad in the wing mirror and just keep checking in just to see how fast he's going, and he knows how fast the pedal. Yeah,
possibly. He's possibly got a speedo on his bike as well, so who knows what speed he's going. So, yeah.
But no one's going to say anything, are they?
No.
But no one's going to say, sorry, Adam, next week, can you not come do that, please?
Yeah.
I think he said he does one a year, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, he lives in America, so there isn't any, is there?
Yeah, so. Of course. Yeah. But it was a good video. I did quite enjoy it, and it's quite nice because I got my PB there. And was that a 5K? Obviously not a 5K PB for him. Was that like a parkrun PB for him? I think it was.
Yeah, it was his parkrun PB. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the 13s for his like track.
Yeah.
5K. He's low 13s.
But I do think that having we can't really call Arrow Valley undulating, but because it's not a hill. Of course, it's not a hill, but at 5K pace, it feels like one.
Yeah.
But you can't call Redditch Pan Flax. It's not. But I think those little bumps, and what goes up must come down. So you can ride those downhills as well.
Yeah.
And you can recover because it's not like, yes, you do feel those hills when you go up them, but they don't last for long, especially at 5K pace. So, it's not that bad. It's just maybe not as flat as a track.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's a fast course, Arrow Valley.
Yeah. Talking of Adam Fogg as well, it's just reminded me. Do you follow on Instagram a page called No Context Track XC?
No.
So it's an American page, and it's basically they take all of like the running news or running posts on Instagram. They screenshot things or clip things and crop it down and stuff just to take the mick, and it's like a funny Instagram page.
Yeah.
When Under Armour released their new kit at the start of the year, their pro kit was all grey, so they had grey half tights, and unfortunately, in the grey half tights and the speed suit, you could see everything outlined because of the way the shadow in the grey worked.
Brilliant.
And basically, Adam Fogg was all over it for a while with just shots of his bottom half, like taking the mick out of the new Under Armour kit.
Brilliant. That's pretty good.
So,
well, I wanted to show you. I wanted to just quickly Instagram something because I didn't know if you knew, but there's something in China called the World Humanoid Robot Games.
Is this the one where they were playing football and having boxing matches? And stuff?
Yeah. So there's a boxing match one, and I'm just going to send it to you now. It's the one I've watched, and it's just so funny watching them because they can't run in straight lines. Some of them.
Have you seen the football one?
I'm watching it now. The football one, yeah.
They keep on falling over, and because they fall over so bad and they can't get back up, they bring a stretcher on and stretcher off the robots.
That's hilarious. I love this. The boxing is just absolutely brilliant. Can you see the boxing?
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Go on.
It's not just boxing as well, is it? They're trying to kick each other.
It's just brilliant. I love it when they get knocked out and they stand up immediately. It's so funny.
Oh, but, wow. Look at them doing 100 meters.
I know.
That's mental.
Yeah, but the World Humanoid Games.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a bit like, have you seen the Boston Dynamics dogs and robots?
Yes.
And when they do like the dances and performances and stuff. Have you ever watched their videos? It's crazy.
Yeah. That's pretty good stuff. But what one I did like, I'm just trying to desperately find it, was one of these humanoid games, and there's like a content creator filming, and one robot just comes into the back of him and knocks him over, and it's just so quality. It's just brilliant. Knocks over, man. Let's see if I can find it. This is stuff I watch on Instagram, really. If I find it, I will send it. But yeah.
Yeah,
I can't find it now.
I do love Instagram sometimes, how it just throws up random stuff in front of you, and then you're there just looking at it for ages and searching through it.
You really can. Like I watched this. It might have been Mac actually. Oh, speaking of Mac, Mac ran
Oh yes,
a 5K literally about an hour ago.
yes.
So well done to you, Mac, in your
Great
training
work, Mac.
for Chicago. And he's ran 20:38, I think, at the Worcester Festival 5K.
Yeah.
So he's massively beaten his time from last year, which is because we both did it last year. But have you got his?
Yeah, the best thing about it.
Have you got a picture of it? Can you?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Is the medal? No, the medal for this race gets worse and worse.
I have no idea what is going on with this. With this medal. So basically it says Worcester Festival Run. It's got the Black Pair Joggers logo on it and 2025. But the picture in the background is a bird, a blue bird with
a massive blue bird.
Yeah, a massive blue bird with a sign around its neck saying face painting. And the bird is holding a paintbrush in its wing and painting a little girl's face to look like a tiger. It's like a scene from Phoenix Nights.
It looks really weird, and I don't even know what the Worcester Festival even is. I don't even know it. I don't even think it's a thing. So I don't know.
Have you ever seen Phoenix Nights?
Yeah.
Do you know where he spray paints the tiger on his face and he can't wash it off?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But yeah, that medal is fantastic. Yeah, what is going on there? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
I just mentioned Mac for a reason, but I can't remember why.
Because you did.
5K.
What were we talking about?
5K. We've gone off piste, so I can't even reference my notes. It was something Mac mentioned. The beer mile.
Oh,
that's what I was going to say. He said about the beer mile, and the beer mile is something like
it's 4 minutes.
4:30.
Less than that, I think. I think it's about I think it's 4:20 something.
Yeah, he's called Corey something.
Yeah,
and he's
and you have to drink a bottle of beer per lap.
Corey Belmore. He's running shoeless. Let me put it by the mic.
It's about a 30-second last 200 to come in right around that world record pace. You can see he's in pain. That foot is burning, but he's got 100 meters to go. Come on, Corey. Let's see what he's got. Look at that grimace right there.
Look at that. What a sprint finish. After drinking 4 pints.
I definitely think the shoe played a huge
it's not. They're not pints, are they?
They're bottles, aren't they?
Yeah, they're bottles. So
do you reckon there's zero beer as well? I wonder if that's cheating if it's zero.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do zero. It's got to be a certain percentage of alcohol, and it's got to be a certain size bottle as well. So like a normal can, a 330ml can isn't actually big enough for the record. They've got to be the slightly bigger ones.
Right. Yeah. Like a standard bottle of Bud size. Like Peroni. That's
they're still 330ml, a normal Bud bottle, aren't they?
Oh, so it's got to be bigger than that.
Yeah, it's got to be slightly bigger. I don't think it's quite like 500ml though, like a big tall boy can. Let me have a look.
That reminds me. There's a few novelty races that you can do. Have you seen one that what's the jog on guy called? Harry did a few years ago, or maybe it was not long, where it was like through a vineyard, or it's either cider or a vineyard, or maybe it was both. But could you imagine doing one of those runs where it's like a half marathon, and every mile, instead of a water station, it's like a wine station or a cider station? Could you imagine doing one of those races?
Yeah. Well, it's like at the Ulster 10K where you go through that one and they're handing out cider instead of water just before you go up the second hill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another one that's crazy around. Is it Ulster or is it Studley? The wheelbarrow race through the pubs.
Yeah.
That looks absolutely brilliant. Because Andy Goldsbell, I've mentioned him before, but I think he did it last year. I think that looks so much fun. So yeah, alcohol and running, mixing those two things together.
Yeah. So I've just looked at the rules for the beer mile, and it's got to be a minimum of 5% alcohol.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, so it's got to be a decent, strong beer. It can't be like a Carlin or anything like that.
So it's like a Stella, yeah.
Yeah, so it's got to be at least 5%, and it's got to be no less than 355 ml. So 12-ounce cans or bottles, which is because it's American. That's why it's 355 ml, because it's 12-ounce. Because they don't work in milliliters, do they? They work in ounces.
So who came up with this? Like, it's crazy, isn't it? But it's brilliant. It's one of those things that's just ridiculous, but it's really good.
Yeah, and you're not allowed specialized cans or bottles. They've got to be ones you can just buy off the shelf to stop you making super fast draining cans or bottles or anything like that.
As soon as you're fit, I would genuinely love for us two to have a go at that. If you wanted to drink 4 pints or whatever it is, I would genuinely. That could be a good running the red line. I wonder how much it would cost to hire the track.
You wouldn't have to hire the track, would you? You just go down there on one evening when it's not being used.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could just fly tip all the litter as well. Just leave all the empty bottles. See you guys. We haven't paid for it, so we ain't taking our litter home. But yeah, that could be a good run in the red line meetup. Just get everyone absolutely smashed and run a mile. That'd be quite good. But yeah, we haven't actually talked about anything that I wanted to talk about. I've got a few things that I want to get through, maybe in a few weeks. There was one thing I've written down 6 weeks ago that I still haven't mentioned. I just wanted to we'll just talk about it for 2 minutes.
Go on then.
Do you remember me saying this to you during one of the heat waves we've had? What's your opinion on races cancelling or not cancelling races because of certain temperatures? Have we said this? Did we actually say it?
I don't know. I don't think we did. No.
I can't remember. But yeah, what do you think about that? Because sometimes, let's just say it's going to be 30 degrees and there's a marathon coming up.
Yeah.
If you're the race organizer and you've got everybody's money, and let's just say you're a fairly big event as well, what would you do?
It depends, doesn't it? Because it does depend on distance. So, yeah, a marathon would be slightly different to every other distance, because I think even if it's mega hot, you can still go for a 5, 10, or maybe a half. And you can still get away with that, with it not being too bad. But a marathon is a completely different thing. That's where it really starts to become dangerous for some people to be out in that weather for so long, or pushing their bodies to the point where if it was 10 degrees cooler, it wouldn't be so bad. But when you're pushing your body and it's that hot, it can get quite dangerous. So I think it all depends on whether they can put into place precautions to stop things getting too bad. So are they able to get extra water on the water station so they don't run out? Are they able to get extra first aid just in case they need them? I think it all depends on that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think, for example, I know we've had Conrad writing again a few times, and he said, like, when he did Race to the Stones, it was like 35 degrees or something like that in the sun in midday, and it was ridiculous because all they did was put on one extra water station in between each water station, and which, in my opinion, should be there anyway, because I think some of the water station lengths are too much, especially for people when they bill it for people who's never run an ultra before. So one of the aid stations is a half marathon between aid stations, which I think is too far. And apparently he was saying some of the water stations are just completely run out of water, and most of them, the water they were giving out was lukewarm, which is not the volunteers' fault, because they're probably the ones that were getting the earful. But I kind of think that it's your responsibility as a runner as well to consider whether you want to take the risk and do it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, because ultras, you've paid like nearly 200 quid for some of these races. And you think, well, if I pull out, I'll lose my money. So you think, well, I'll do it anyway. But the thing is, when I've done ultras before, rarely do you see people in ambulances and people needing medical treatment. And I've run in temperatures that are twice as hot as marathons. Yeah. But when you do a marathon in 17 degrees, you see people dropping like flies, because there's the marathon runner mentality is so much different to the ultra runner mentality. You'll go until you drop like a dog in a marathon.
I will say at Leamington half a couple of times there's been quite a few people dropping. That's the only real half I know of where it's been super, super hot and people. I ran past one guy and he had medical attention with him, and that was halfway through the half. So that was like just over 10k in, and he was in serious trouble. So I mean, it can come on no matter what if it's hot. But I think the main one you've got to, your main race or anything further than a marathon or upwards, you've really got to think about whether it's possible to put on, whether you've got those precautions in place to put it on, and then as a runner yourself to decide whether you want to put your body through that and risk it.
I also think, I know UTMB do this a lot, because when it's going to be ridiculously hot, they just move it forward, sort of, 2 hours start time becomes earlier. I think they should do that, because at Race to the Stones, for example, if you're doing the 50k, you go off at 6:30. But if you're doing the 100k, you go off at like 9:30 up to 9:30. So it's the other way around. It's like they prioritize the 50k as finishing early. Maybe that's so the base campers can finish up earlier. I don't know. Well, they can't, can they? Because they'll have 100kers passing through. But I just think these ultras start too late. I think they should be off at 6 o'clock latest. Yeah. And everyone should go off in one wave, because it's.
Well, they've done that in the Olympics, haven't they? They changed the start time of the marathon and things like that. So that if it's going to be hot, they will possibly change the day, or if not, they'll just bring the race earlier so people can get out and get done before it really gets really, really hot.
Yeah, and I think with like ultras, if you're doing you're doing 100k, you're reaching peak temperatures by 50k. And you think, I've got to do that again. And it's only going to get, it's going to be the same temperature throughout. So you just think, well, if you can start at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I do think that should be the responsibility of the race organizer as well. There's a responsibility of the person that's doing the race to think, what am I actually signing myself up to? Is this safe? Can my body handle this? But I also think there's a responsibility for the race organizer to keep everybody safe and to take measures. Like, for example, there was a race in Snowdonia. It might have even been the Snowdon race that I think Sam from Light It Up was going to do. And they just pulled everyone off the mountain. They said, no, it's too hot.
Oh, wow.
You've all got to, so I don't know whether they got a refund or they've entitled to race next year for free or discount, or I don't know. But they just pulled everyone off. Everyone at the first or second checkpoint, they said, no, give me your bib numbers. Whatever happens to you onwards now, it's up to you. But the race is finished now. We don't think it's safe. So wow. It does happen.
Yeah. I mean, over in America, when I went to Florida, I went and did parkrun, and they start parkrun at 7:30 in the morning because of how hot it gets in the summer.
I think that's not the worst idea in this country sometimes.
No. It was still mid to late 20s degrees C at 7:30 in the morning. So if they'd have left it another hour and a half, it would have been like in the 30s. Trying to run a fast 5k, that would have been horrible. It was bad enough trying to run a fast 5K in 20 something degrees.
Yeah, that must have
At
been
7:30 in the morning when you're not fully awake.
Was that the one you did where there was a big lake? It was a big was it in the Everglades or somewhere, wasn't it? It was like
it was Clermont waterfront.
Yeah,
in Florida.
And is that the one where
beautiful.
Anyone going to Disneyland or Florida flocks to?
Yeah, so there's two park runs in Florida, but the distance between them is about the same size as the UK. So they're quite far apart. And from where we were staying, I think it took us an hour to drive there to the one that I went to.
Wow. We are so spoilt for choice here, aren't we?
I know.
In this country, we've got so many around us that we'll probably never even go to. And then in other countries, you have to travel miles just to get to one. So yeah, we are. Because we know Run Like a T-Rex, Dave Rowbottom's just got back off holiday from LA and didn't realise there was one.
Yeah, I know. He thought there was no park runs, and then there's one that's opened up about 4 weeks ago, and he could have gone to.
Gutted. So he said he's ruining the not checking the 5K app.
Yes.
Update.
Talking of American park runs, have you seen New York are getting a park run around Central Park?
No.
I think so, yeah.
How cool is that?
Or is it by the... Is Central Park by the bridge? I don't know.
I can't remember. I know it's...
But I saw in like on the Parkrun thingy.
That's so
on
cool.
Instagram.
I've got some Parkrun gossip to spread as well.
The New York Parkrun will take place in the shadow of the landmark Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, how cool is that? Oh, that's so cool.
That's quite cool, isn't it? Yeah. And it will start on the 23rd of August. So Brooklyn Bridge Parkrun, it's going to be called.
Oh, that sounds so cool. Oh, should we go to the inaugural?
Yeah.
Even though you can't run at the moment. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Which is it's next week as well.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll make it happen. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
We'll make a few calls. The gossip I wanted to spread. This might not even happen, but you know how people are well into their alphabeteering.
Oh yeah.
And getting every letter of the alphabet for Parkrun. Well, in the West Midlands, does it qualify as the West Midlands? I don't know. Does Herefordshire qualify? There is apparently a queue coming to the market.
Which one? KQ, TQ, AQ, RQ?
It's just round the quay in his back garden. It's just called Q on the Run, and it's called. Well, I can only speculate. It's called Queenswood because we've been over there to walk the dog, and it's in Leominster, which is in between Hereford and Worcester, pretty much. And it's going to be a really nice one because I've been there a few times, and it's like a bit like Walsall Arboretum. It's a really nice part of the world, and if that happens, that'll be a wicked parkrun to do. That'll be a really I don't think it's flat, but it'll be if it does come to town, that'll be good. Another one they said was going to happen, which has gone all quiet since Christmas, was Droitwich.
Oh yes, at the Lido.
Lido.
Which is it? Is it Lido or Lido?
Well, I think it's Lido. I think if you're European, you'd probably say Lido, but I'd say Lido.
Like, is it Lidl or Lidl?
Who's calling it Lidl? Do you know what makes me laugh? They said you're not British unless you're adding an S unnecessarily onto your supermarkets. Like you've just been down to Aldi's or Tesco's.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really work with Sainsbury's and Morrison's.
No, because Sainsbury's, it's already got it.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Asda's, yeah. Brilliant. Should we actually talk about things we've actually written down? Because we've got a few things still to get to.
Yes.
Do you want to go through a few track results?
Yes. Yeah. So yesterday, I haven't actually managed to watch all the races properly yet. because it happened last night, and I was going to rewatch all the videos of the full races. Managed to watch the highlights and stuff, but not the full races. But last night it was Silesia Diamond League, which is in Poland. And yeah, so some of the results that we can go through. There was a women's 1500 meters, and Gudaf Sege won that one. And I haven't seen this race, but it looks like she dropped them all because she came in 3:50.62, which was a meeting record. So Silesia meet record and a season's best for her. And in second place was Beatrice Chibet in 3:54.73, so over 4 seconds behind. And then another second and a half behind was Georgia Hunter Bell in third in 3:56 on the nose. So it looks like Sege absolutely dropped them and got 4 seconds on them.
Wow,
which
that's
is
a lot.
Yeah, it is. So I'm looking forward to seeing that race, because there was some big names in there: Nikki Hiltz, Frewani Halo, Lyndon Hall, Sarah Healy, Sarah Billings. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually seeing that race. But yeah, it looks like Sege just smashed them all out the park. But there we go. Then there was a men's 1500 meters, which can you remember when I was talking about the American champs and qualifying for Worlds, how you can only go if you're in the top 3 of the race, and Yared Nuguse didn't come in the top 3. So his only option to try and get to Worlds is to try and get the wild card place, which you can get from the Diamond League. So to get the wild card place, you've got to score enough points during the season to get to the final, and then you've got to win the final to get a wild card place. So that's what Yared Nuguse is trying to do now, and he's successfully managed to get enough points to get to the final, because he came first in what apparently was a bit of a scrappy race. Again, seems to be happening a lot in the 1500 at the moment, and it's not very often you see a slower 1500 meters in the Diamond League. So the fact it was a 3:33.19, Nuguse won it in. It's quite surprising, because normally Diamond Leagues, they're just as fast as people can go. They're more of a time trial than a tactical race. So apparently this was a bit tactical and a bit scrappy. Apparently Ollie Hoare went out with the pacer, and he was pretty much the only one that went with a pace for the start of the race. And it was a bit of a, let's try and catch up and sprint for the line at the end.
Yeah.
So Yared Nuguse was first. Tim Chariot was in second in 3:33.35, and Narve Nordas, the Norwegian, was in third in 3:33.41. So yeah, looking at this, the top 6 all ran 3:33 point something. So there was less than just over half a second between the first 6 runners.
That's so fast,
which is mad. But there we go. Yeah. We did have a British runner in that. Neil Gawley came 13th in 3:34.9. So yeah. Then. So we'll see what Yared Nuguse manages to do in the final. See whether he wins it and manages to get to the Worlds, or I don't know. We shall see. It will probably be a fast race, that final will. But talking of fast races, the 800 meters women saw the return finally after over a year of not racing. Keely Hodgkinson was back racing. So I think they said something like 372 days or something like that since she last raced. What are you smirking at?
Just watch a robot breakdancing and he falls over. He just gets
Did he fall over? But he got back up. I'm not sure whether he fell over or whether that was part of the dance.
I think he did fall over. But
Watch it, because watch how he gets back up.
I think if you look, he is on a piece of string. I'm so sorry. You were talking about like actual.
Is he dangling off a string?
Yeah.
Because whoa. Oh yes, yeah. They pull him back up.
Right.
So
I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm going to turn this off now. It's
anyway.
like I can't. Running bloody robots just going to be on my feed now. Brilliant. Sorry.
But anyway, yeah. So Keely Hodgkinson was back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's something like 372 days or something like that since she last raced, because her last race was Paris Olympics. So that final where she ran so well to win the gold, that was her last race, and then she got an injury, didn't she, just before the Keely Classic, and then has been coming back from injury since. But she comes out first race in over a year and smashes the field, just leaves them for dust in that last 200 meters, and runs 1:54.74, which is a meeting record and a world lead for the year. So fastest by anyone all year in her first race back.
She's obviously in good form for the Worlds then.
Yeah. So really good to see that she's running well. But you could see how much it meant to her as well, because she crossed the line, and the mascot with the like boards that say world lead and meeting record came up to her, and she more or less ignored him, like just pushed him away because she wanted a second, more or less screamed yes at the floor, and then stood up and was like, yeah, now I'll do some stuff with you. So she showed a bit of emotion, which was wicked. But in second place was Lillian Adira in 1:56.52. So Keely beat her by just under 2 seconds. And third was Oratil No, I'm going to go with, in 1:56.76. So that was good to see Keely back running really well. And then the last one, really, of the distance races during this Diamond League was the women's 3,000 meters. And I don't know if you've seen anything about this.
No, I haven't. No.
So Faith Kipyegon was trying to go for the world record in the 3,000 meters. So she's been doing really well recently and getting world records in the shorter distances. She decided to step it up a little bit and go for the 3K. Now, in this race, she had two pacers who managed to take her to 2K. I think they took her to before she went off on her own, or just over 2K. One was Sage Hurter-Klecker, who is an American who's mostly known for 800 meters, and Jess Hull, the Australian, who I think, did you get silver at the Olympics in the 1500? But she's been running really well all year. So they were her two pacers, and took her through to, just after 2,000 meters. I think Jess Hull dropped out. I think Sage Hurter-Klecker dropped out after a K, and then Jess Hull took her to 2K, I think. But the world record for the 3K women's is a bit of a, I'm not sure whether it was legit or not, because it was so fast and they're not sure whether it was clean. So it's been a bit of a contentious talking point. So Faith Kipyegon was trying to break that, and she managed to get within a second. She didn't quite do it. She ran 8:07.04, which is a meeting record, a Diamond League record, a world lead, and an area record for Faith Kipyegon. But it wasn't quite the world record. She was less than a second off beating the world record. But it was an amazing run, but didn't quite get there. But in second place was Lakina Amibao in 8:34.53, which just shows you how quick Faith Kipyegon was, because second place was 8:34 and Faith Kipyegon was 8:07. so like 25 seconds almost. And then in third was Asheen Baweke in 8:35.51.
Right.
So yeah, incredible. Just showing again that she's one of the best female distance runners ever. Faith Kipyegon.
Yeah. Difficult to dispute, isn't it? Difficult to.
Yeah. And then the only other really talking point, not that we follow sprinting or anything, but did you see a bit of the controversy with Noah Lyles and Kung Fu Kenny Bednarek at the American Champs?
No.
So they Noah Lyles decided not to do the 100 meters final. So did one of the races and decided not to do the final. And Kenny Bednarek won the 100 meters. And then Noah Lyles decided that he was going to run the 200 meters final because he'd already got his entry into Worlds because he's reigning world champion. So he didn't need to run the 100. And then Noah Lyles said, I'll run the 200 as well. I might as well. And as they came into the final, I don't know, 80 meters, Kenny Bednarek was in front leading, and Noah Lyles had a really good finish and overtook him. And overtook him probably, I don't know, 5 meters before the finish. But he just turned his head and looked at him as he crossed the finish line, as if to say, you thought you were going to beat me. Here you go. I've just beat you. And Kenny Bednarek didn't like that he'd done that. He thought it was a bit disrespectful.
Okay.
And then as they were slowing down, Kenny Bednarek pushed Noah Lyles in the back. So Noah turned round and like looked at him as if to say, what you're doing. And they had a little bit of a tussle, shook hands and went off. And then in all their interviews, they were talking about, we'll sort it out behind closed doors. I'm just not that kind of person to air our dirty laundry and everything.
Yeah.
But Noah Lyles apparently, like you could just about hear over the microphone, I expect my apology. And apparently, I'm not sure how true this is, but I've heard something about there was an account on Twitter that was talking a lot of talking badly about certain athletes, and it ended up being like them finding out who was running the Twitter page or whatever that was saying all of these things anonymously about other people. So apparently there's some, I don't know how true that is. That's just hearsay, but it looks like they've made up. But basically after that, Kenny was saying, well, he's fresh. He hasn't run all the heats and he didn't run the 100-meter final. So he's fresh. I just know next time we race, I'll beat him. And then Noah Lyles was like, well, I beat him. I'm just proving that I'm the best. So there was a bit of beef going on. But they seem to have sorted that out now.
Yeah.
But the 100-meter final, the 100 meters at the Diamond League yesterday was a bit of a Olympic rematch. So Kenny was there again and Noah Lyles was there. But Kishane Thompson, the Jamaican, who is also like the world lead at the moment in the 100 meters, he's the one who came second by, was it 1,000th of a second to Noah Lyles in the 100
because they're saying about his reaction time. Yeah.
So it was a bit of a rematch, and Kishane Thompson managed to beat Noah Lyles and Kenny Bednarek. Noah Lyles was second and Kenny Bednarek was third. So it was a bit of a rematch from the Olympics. So hotting up again before the World Champs.
I must say he's growing on me, Noah Lyles, because when anyone that's good at something and knows they're good at something is, in my eyes, quite hard to like.
Yes,
because especially if you're
it's that showmanship, isn't it?
Yeah. I found it with a lot of the biggest sports stars like Ronaldo and to some degree Djokovic. People like they've got like this swagger about them, but once you start to analyze what they do, you just think, okay, they are bringing not only a level of entertainment to the sport, but it's that mindset that maybe gives them the edge
Yeah.
over everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah. What I also like about Noah Lyles, he is a showman, so it brings a bit of entertainment to the sport, which is good. But I like the fact that he was a 200-meter specialist, and he always ran the 200 meters, and he was one of the best 200-meter runners out there. And he said he was going to try and start doing the 100 meters as well. And everybody said to him, "You'll never be a 100-meter sprinter. You'll never be good enough to win the 100 meters. You're a 200-meter runner. You can't do the 100 meters." And he worked on his technique so much that he's won the Olympic gold and the world champs in the 100 as well as the 200. So he's just proved everybody, look, you told me I couldn't do it, but here I am. And
if somebody can back that behavior up with win after win after win, it's hard to, it almost validates why they are the way they are.
Yeah.
So, but it is,
it's a completely different sport though, isn't it? Sprinting compared to distance running, completely different.
Oh, it's all mindset, mind games.
Yeah. And it's all about power out of the blocks and that sprinting, getting up to top speed as fast as possible.
Yeah. And I do believe that sports like that, to some degree, are won and lost in the locker room. I love that they put them all together.
Yeah.
Just before they all come out, so they can all, look at each other and see who's feeling confident, who's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all part of the sport, isn't it?
Yeah. It's good. But yeah, that was Diamond League. So I'm going to go back and watch all the races properly. But looks like there was some good stuff.
Before we move on, I wanted to just talk. I mean, sorry, this might turn into a 14-hour podcast now, but I just wanted to mention some shoes news that might not be news to many people. But one thing I've been looking at a lot this week is, I know I said this about the Pegasus Plus, which I'm glad I didn't get because they turned out to be what I think was a bit of a flop. But they've released a shoe recently, and I quite like the look of it. It's called the Nike Vomero Plus.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I thought you meant the one with the air bubbles, the premium. And I was going to say,
no.
A few weeks back, we were saying how bad that looked and how ugly it was. And now you're saying you like it.
No, they are not the best. But these Vomero Pluses are labelled as majority of people are saying they're the new Invincibles.
That's basically what it is. Yeah. So I listened to an interview with one of Nike's they're on the team of developing shoes, and she was talking about the Vomero and where they sit within people's rotation or training schedule. The interview I heard, half of it was about the structure, because Nike have got three. What do they call them? I can't remember what they call them, but they've got three categories basically of their running shoes now. They've got the structure, and they've got their three versions of that, which is their what's
Pegasus.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Neutral,
stability. Not correct. There we go. Stability. Yeah. So that's their stability lineup.
Yeah.
Is the structure. Then they've got the Pegasus, which is their daily trainer. Then they've got the Vomero, which is their high cushioned shoes.
Okay.
So you've got stability, daily, and high cushion, comfortable shoes. So the Vomero, apparently the first one is very similar to what the Vomero used to be, because of this makeup of the midsole is a mix of ZoomX and React, whereas the Vomero Plus is just ZoomX. So it's basically, they've taken all of the things that people said about the Invincible that they didn't like, they've taken that on board and turned it into the Vomero Plus.
I must say, I actually find them quite visually pleasing. Some of the colorways, I don't know if you've had a quick flick through, are very questionable, but they're basic ones. I think they've got really, really right. And I just wanted to show you these because these are the ones I would probably buy. Call me a little bit boring, but I quite like the simple black and white, which look like this. If I can just show you. So I just think they look quite cool.
Oh, you are quite boring, aren't you?
I do think they are quite smart. And the reason I don't mind black training shoes is because they can easily become a casual shoe. Like, I can't really walk down the pub in bright pink shoes. You probably could.
I would.
Yeah, fair enough. But there are some colorways that I really don't think are that nice. Like, for example, well, let's just have a look at the majority colorway. Like, there's this orangey corally one that I just don't quite like that colorway.
Yeah. See, not Nike. They're interesting. They seem to make
What's that?
Looks like a pair of football boots, doesn't it?
It looks like something you'd wear on a building site. It's like a luminous yellow and then a peachy orange bleed on the laces. It's weird.
Yeah. Nike seem to get half of their color ways really right, and then the other half really wrong. They never make sort of okay colorways. They either make ones which are horrible or ones that are quite nice.
But I must confess, I am considering, because it's coming into my half marathon and marathon training block season now, and I'm thinking of getting these because they do look like a shoe that I think I'd get on well with for my easy and recovery days. So I'd love to hear from anyone that has taken the punt on these 154.99 shoes. But obviously on sportsshoes.com, if you've got the England Athletics, you can get the 15% off. So I don't know what that would make it. Probably get, I don't know, 20 quid off, wouldn't you?
Well, what are they, 150 quid?
155.
Yeah. So you'd basically get 15 and a 7.5, maybe 8 quid off. So what's that? About 23 quid off.
So 23 quid off, that'd be 152, 122. That's not bad. 132. That's not too bad, but it depends, how much you really want to spend on your shoes. But they could be a good mileage monster for those easy days. But I'd love to hear from anyone that's taken a plunge on them and see what they think of them, because I've been out a couple of weeks now, I think. So be interested to see how people are getting on with them.
Yeah. They do look interesting. I'm not sure because the midsole looks a lot higher stack than
45 mil, I think.
Yeah, but it looks higher than the normal Vomero. But I think the stack height is actually the same, and the foam just wraps around the side of your foot a bit more.
Yeah,
so you sit into the foam rather than just on the foam.
Yeah. But I think they look for maybe I think I said this about a previous Nike shoe, the Pegasus Plus, but I think this is one of the best shoes they've come up with, because they've released some stinkers, really, haven't they, Nike, over the last few years, really.
Yeah, I think that's why they've simplified their running lineup and having those 3 categories where you get a standard, a plus, and a premium in all 3 of the categories. So it's really simple to understand, rather than having the Vomero and the Invincible and the Structure and the Peg, and then they'd got the Nike React and the Fly Run or Fly Knit or whatever it was, and all of those different running shoes with all different names that nobody understood. They've now just got 3 names with 3 shoes in each category.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
but the Vomero Premium look ridiculous. They are ugly.
I'm going to have a quick Google of them. Vomero. So there's a Vomero normal, which is like the Vomero 17 or something, isn't there?
Yeah.
And then there's a premium and a plus of every model, pretty much.
Yeah. But look at the premium, which is the top of the range one. So do you know, like the Peg Premium had a air bubble that went the whole length of the shoe?
Oh my God, they look ridiculous.
The Vomero's the same, but it's got like a weird. It looks like an aquarium under your foot.
It looks like something Marty McFly would wear.
Yeah.
You know, with someone's vision of the future from 1984. Yeah.
You know when you go to like the Sea Life Centre or whatever, and there's like your two big viewing windows to see all the sharks and the fish flying.
Yeah,
it's like that underneath your foot.
Yeah. So is that an air bubble then?
Yeah.
No, it just looks like one. Oh no, it is.
They are air bubbles. Yeah. So all of the premium line in the 3 have got air technology in them, as well as ZoomX foam. So you've got the standard React foam with ZoomX in the standard model. In the Plus model, it's all ZoomX foam, and then in the premium models, it's ZoomX foam with air technology.
Right. I'm just trying to find out how much they are, but I can't seem to find a price on them. Yeah, Vomero Plus looks like 155. Vomero Premium, I got Vomero 18 here with the Sports Direct. That's 135. So I would have thought the premium would be the top of the line, most expensive.
Yeah. I don't know if the premium are actually out yet, but they are on the way.
Oh, I see. They've not really released. They've not hit the mass market yet. Right. No, I can't really find anything about them, but I guess they'll be closer to 200 quid, do you think? Or
yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah, they do look weird. Very weird. But yeah, thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, when do you reckon you'd pull the trigger if you did want to buy the Vomeros?
Probably in the next few weeks, I think.
Okay.
Because I'm feeling that most of my easy day shoes. I went for a run today, only my first or second run in a few weeks, and wore my Pumas, my Velocity Nitro 4s and 3s, and they just feel so clumpy. And I just think, yeah. So I think I'm well aware that these Vomeros won't be light, but at least they'll have a nice stack and nice cushion and
And you liked your Invincible 2s, didn't you?
I really did. Yeah, I really, really liked them. I got a good 1,000k out of them. So I would, if they're anything like that, then I probably would plump for them again, because I did enjoy them. But apparently they do fit quite big, and they do feel quite clumpy. But that's what you'd almost expect for a shoe that does that kind of job, I think.
Yeah.
So what would Adidas's equivalent be? The what do you call it?
Evo SL or the Prime X.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's another shoe I think I need to buy as well. I think I need to buy an Evo SL, because I know I really like them for the tempo-y stuff. Oh, that's a thing we didn't even mention. The threshold stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to leave that till next week. When we went past everything else, I was like, yeah, we'll leave that. That's too much of a talking point to fit in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a whole episode of its own. But yeah, maybe next week we'll have hopefully we'll get round to chatting about single threshold stuff. But yeah, I will be doing a lot of tempo-y stuff. So I've really enjoyed my Evo SLs for that, for that reason. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, you saying a bit of shoes news. I'm gonna have to own up to my shoes news, and I blame Leggett Lee. He's a bad influence. I blame him.
Real
bad influence. No. So he messaged me on Instagram and said, "I've just found these on Vinted," and it was some Adios Pro 2s. So do you know how I've always said that I loved my Pro 2s and I'd love another pair?
Yeah.
And he said the same. One of my favourite shoes I've ever run in. Like he messaged in to say, and he sent me a message saying, "I've just found these on Vinted," and it was a pair of Pro 2s. And he went, "Would you go for them for this price?" And then he sent me another pair, and he said, "These are cheaper. I just don't like the colour as much." And I was like, "But if they're both exactly the same, does a colour really matter on running shoes if they're a lot cheaper?" Because one was like over 100 quid and the other one was about 70 quid, I think. And I was like, I'd go for the cheaper one. and it was the same color that I had in the Pro 2s, and I was like, I don't mind that color actually, and he was like, yeah, I'm being silly, and I'm just going to go for the cheaper ones. So that then made me start looking for my size of Pro 2s,
Right.
and I found a pair which had it doesn't look like they've been used much, but they have been used, but they were 30 quid, and I was like, I can't not buy these for 30 quid. So I've bought a pair of running shoes, and I can't even run for another month and a half.
Any idea how many miles they've done?
I don't know, but the soles don't look like they've done too much work, so hopefully they'll be all right. But what the other thing that made me go for them is they are the Tin Man Elite colorway that they did as like a limited release. So,
cool.
But they're a sample pair. So where he got a sample pair from, I don't know.
Right. Well, I think that's one of the main things you look for when you look for shoes on Vinted is you can never really tell whether someone's telling you porkies or not about how many miles they've done in them, because you never know. They might have only done 30 miles, but they might have just put them back on Vinted from someone that put 800 mile in them. But if you look at the outsole, you can normally tell, especially with an alpha fly is a telltale sign straight away. You know if an alpha fly has done more than one marathon, because you can tell that rubber's started, outsole started to corrode.
And if you can still see the texture on the outsole, you like that. That's good, because that's done hardly anything. It hasn't had much friction against the ground. But it does make me laugh. There's so many people on Vinted who put what the shoe is and say condition very good. And I'm like, oh, okay, very good. And then you go through the photos and half of the sole's hanging off. And it's like, how is that very good?
Yeah.
But you have to be careful. You do have to go through all the photos and check them properly.
Yeah. But speaking of that, Kieran Turner, who is a self-diagnosed shoe obsessive, he's bought some new shoes from Vinted, but he can't just buy one pair. He bought 4 pairs in one purchase. And one of them was the Sky Paris, I think he bought.
Tokyo? Oh, the Tokyo's are the new one.
Or maybe he just bought some basic Meta Speeds. I can't quite remember.
So there's the Meta Speed Sky, which was the first model. Then there's the Meta Speed Sky Paris. And then the Meta Speed Sky Tokyo are the new ones.
Well, I don't think they're Tokyos, because I think they're too new. But here we go. So he's got himself some Meta Speed Skies, some Meta Speed Sky Plus Parises.
Yep.
He went for some Nike Pegs 40s and some Puma Nitro Velocity 4s. And knowing him, he spent a grand total of about 9 quid. So I think he's quite a hustler.
Yeah.
But he's already got the dreaded blood stain on his shoes, because he said he lost a toenail from a previous run, probably his 100-miler from Endure. But he went for a run in them, and he said I don't think they caused him any pain or not, but I think that white upper just shows the blood off worse than it is. But I think he really likes they look. Which ones do they look like? They look like the Parises, don't they? Them.
Yeah, they're the Meta Speed Sky. Yeah.
Yeah, they look really, really good. So, and he said, I'm not even training for anything. I don't know why I bought them.
Yeah.
I know he has got a half marathon. He has got a half marathon back at the Royal Parks.
Same here, though. I'm not even running, and I bought a pair of super shoes. What am I doing?
Brilliant. You're as bad as him. You've got a problem. We've all got a problem, though, haven't we? Let's face it.
Yes. Yeah. I should be putting stuff on Vinted, not buying stuff. But there we go. What I was going to say. So, as we have just looked at the time, shall we just quickly go through comments and leave emails till next week?
Well, we've only got 2 emails, and I can rattle through them. No, okay, we'll leave them till next week. We'll leave them till next week. Yeah, we'll leave them. Yeah.
Okay, right. Let me just quickly get our comments up then, because I think there's only a few comments.
Yeah, so we've got Jordan and Darren's emails coming up next week.
Okay, so comments wise, first one's from Kerry Vine, and they say Christmas t-shirt great idea. And socks. I will buy both. I love Christmas. So maybe we will have a look into doing a Christmas style running the red line t-shirt, and you never know, socks possibly.
Could be good.
Yeah, we need to look into that definitely. Then next one's from Freddie Runs, and he says, "Thanks, boys. These PBs have been a trigger to make me hungry to get fast now. I'm 49 this month. Sub 20 before 50.
Go
Let's
on.
go." And he put, joking aside, I don't know, Freddie. You never know.
You never know.
Joking aside, to anyone thinking they're too old or too out of shape, you're not. You can do it if you want it.
I like that.
Yeah. And I think that's totally right, Freddie. Yeah, it don't matter who you are or where you are or what your life is like currently. If you want something enough, you can do it. You've just got to put in the work to get there. Yeah, definitely. You can do it, guys. So, yeah, congrats again on your PBs, Freddie. Next one is from James Phillips, and he says, "Hi, guys. Great show as always. How are you feeling now, Brett? I am getting there, much better than I was. And how's the toe, Andy? Looking forward to next week's show. How's the toe?"
The toe is so much better because, like Kieran, I lost a toenail last week and I've never been so pleased in my life. And do you know what happened, right? I finished my river run and I thought, right, I'm actually going to, for some reason, I just didn't have a bath because I never have baths, I only have showers. I wish I'd have got in the bath every day because Monday, I think it was, or Tuesday, I decided to go and get a bucket from in the shed, what's probably had plaster mix in it in the past or something like that. And I put some Epsom salts in, soaked my feet, and within 24 hours, I'd lost a toenail, and now my toe is making a really good recovery. So my toenail was causing me an infection, and it was bad. Do you want me to text you the video of my toenails? Not.
Beg your pardon.
Just.
Is this a sort of service you offer for sale?
It could be. It could be on my own.
Do you want me to send you a video of my feet?
Have you got a strong stomach, Brett?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to see my? If you can read out these messages, you carry on through. I will find it, and I think I've got the ability to shock you.
Wicked. Okay, cool. Right. I'm feeling a lot better now. I meant to say about this. I managed to take my dressings off my wounds last week. So last Saturday I did that. Because they said after a week you can take the dressings off. And man, they said on the prep stuff when I went for my operation, don't shave the area where we're going to operate. So like your stomach. And I was like, I don't shave my stomach anyway. But I'm guessing they say don't shave. So it's easier for them to shave off so they can do it all. They didn't shave my belly and just stuck the plasters and the glue on the wounds just straight onto all my hair. So I spent half an hour trying to take a plaster off my stomach because it was so painful.
Ouch.
I should have just ripped it and put up with the pain. But because my middle was in so much pain, I didn't want to be tensing and creasing over in pain when I was already in pain. So I just slowly peeled off this plaster and man, it was horrendous. And then the glue that was on the two little cuts either side, that's taken me so long to take them off. The glue was starting to flap and everything, but every time it moved, it was pulling on my hairs on my stomach. It's been horrendous. I finally got rid of both of them now, but I've had to chop loads of hair off around it with a pair of scissors just so it would come off. But anyway, I'm feeling a lot better now. But I have got I've got two belly buttons now. At the moment, it's very strange. I've got the belly button that I used to have, and then where they've cut in because they've pulled it together and stitched it back together, it's like another belly button. So inside my belly button, I've got two.
Oh, I've got one of them
at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, I think I've got one of them from my appendix. Good times.
I've just received so I'll have a look at that in a second. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Next one's from Alex Bodin. And he said, great episode, as usual, gents. I think the Shelby Houlihan one is interesting. End of the day, she served her ban of 4 years. In my opinion, now she has the right to race again, as she'll be tested every day and night to ensure she doesn't cheat again. Get the reaction from people, especially as she's racing well. But 4 years of no racing at all and to come back strong is pretty impressive as long as she's clean. And that's the issue. If she was doing it before and she got away with it until she tested positive, does she really care if she does it again and tries to hide it again? Because it's not like she got done and she held her hands up and went, "Yeah, sorry, I'm guilty. I did something wrong. I've learned from my mistake. I will never do it again." She's never said that. The whole time she's gone, "I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong." But you've been tested positive for drugs. Yeah, I didn't do it. I must have been a burrito I ate. And she's never actually admitted that she was in the wrong. So if she's in her head believes she's never done anything wrong, is she of that mindset that she'll just cheat again? So I don't know. That's the scary thing. And while she was serving her 4-year ban, was she still taking drugs during her 4-year ban? And then she's got all of this benefit from these drugs she was taking, and then she stopped long enough to be in the testing pool again. I don't know. But once you get that improvement, that never goes away. So I don't know. It's a tough one. But I do agree. Yes, she served a ban, and yes, she's more than got her right to race again. But someone who hasn't actually admitted they were wrong and said sorry for it, do you trust them 100%? And I'm not sure I do.
Yeah, fair enough.
But there we go. And the last comment's from Inga, and she says, "I think Andy is a bit tired, Brett, from last week. So I guess you gave off the tired vibes with all your yawning and stuff you've been doing recently."
Yeah,
good job.
I think I might have.
Good job with daytime now rather than evening.
Yeah. We are daytime for now. I don't know how long that'll continue, but no yawning today, which I'm quite pleased with.
Yeah, very good. Right. So, have you got anything else on your mind to talk about?
No, I think that's everything. We'll talk about single thresholds next week.
Yeah. So the only thing left to do is the Strava segment. So our Strava leaderboard from last week, in the distance, in first place with a massive mileage of 111.4 miles, is James Slade. So that's a big old amount of running, isn't it?
James did the 100 miler, the North Downs Way. Or was it the South Downs Way? One of them. I think it was the North Downs Way he did.
I think it is the North one because the South one's already been, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the Centurion ones. He got his belt buckle. So,
amazing. Awesome work, James. That's incredible.
And during his run, he said, "Pain is temporary, but belt buckles last forever."
Brilliant. So so James is in first place with 111.4 miles. In second place with over 100 miles as well is Adam Mays with 101.1 miles.
Well done, Ad.
Which is awesome. And then in third is Kyle Blacketer with 83 miles on the nose. Our climbing leaderboard, in first place is James Slade with 10,991 foot of climbing over his 100 miler, which is crazy. Second place is Ryan Baker with 7,582 foot, which I think is because him and Harry went up and ran over and back on the Malverns.
Guaranteed leaderboard material.
Yeah. But it looks like Harry can't be a part of our group. We're not good enough for Harry because Ryan's on there, but Harry's not.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, Harry. Anyway, third place is Martin Peck with 6,732 foot. So awesome work from all of you. And then our top three ladies for distance. In first place is Chloe Hamard with a over 100k for the week with 65.2 miles. Rachel Watson was second with 58.3 miles. And third was Leanne Byard with 42.2 miles. And then in our climbing for the ladies, in first place was Stephanie Parker with 2,139 foot. Second was an old, a familiar name, D. Cook Rees, with 1,858 foot. And third was Aveen D, with 1,845 foot of climbing. So great work from all of those.
Yeah, well done, everyone.
But yeah, I think that is pretty much it for this week. We shall, we've got other things that we were going to chat about today, but we'll chat about next week. But for now, thank you so much for listening. Sorry, this was
it's in my video.
Oh yes, before we go, I will do that now. Yes. So
this is what happens when you run the River Severn. This is what your feet looks like.
Apparently, Andy's going to shock me. Let's see.
Yeah.
That is pretty gross, mate.
It's bad, isn't it? That second toe is unrecognizable as a toe. It's bad, isn't it?
I've got one thing to say about that middle toe, and it is, ouch. Looks like E.T.'s finger.
It literally does look like E.T.'s finger. Yeah, you're right.
Wow. That's impressive.
So what had happened was, I know this is brutal, but this is what happens if you listen to the Running the Red Line podcast to the very end. I'm just going to get graphic now, but my toenail had loosened itself over time with being hammered, and also with the dampness of my wearing my stupidly Gore-Tex shoes, which I, in hindsight, realised was a stupid idea in the middle of summer. And what's happened is it's slowly worked its way back, towards my foot, and it's created what I think might have been an infection, maybe in the knuckle of my, toe number 2 or 4, whichever way around you call it, next door to my big toe. And I've only got 5 toes. I know I am from Bromsgrove, but the toenail that I lost this week has reduced all that inflammation around the knuckle of my toe, and now I can finally run, and it feels so much better. But that is what happens when you run the length of a river.
I like the fact that you've only got 2 normal toes. Your big toe and your little toe are pretty normal, and they've got normal size and normal shape nails. And then on the one next to your little toe, you basically got like a bird's claw. It's a weird old toe. The middle toe, it looks like your toenail looks like a shell off the beach.
Yeah.
And then that one next to your big toe is just E.T.'s finger.
Yeah, that is bad. That what I've sent you, but you've handled that quite well. I wonder what else I can shock you with.
Yeah, it takes a bit to turn my stomach, but yeah, there we go. But, right. Thank you for that. That's brilliant. Love it. So yeah, anyway, sorry this was a day late. So anybody who normally listens to us on your Sunday long run, you'll just have to go on a Monday long run. So
I'm sorry to everyone I offended about strokes, and I do apologise. I realise it is a very serious matter. So I'm sorry about what I said.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for listening or watching, and we shall see you next week. Cheers, guys.
See you in a bit.